before we can get on our bike, you must be wearing a helmet. And do you know why you need to wear a helmet? Well, of course you do. It protects your brain. It protects your head. Remember when we did a concussion unit and we talked about having our head hit something or someone hit our head and how our brain moves around? Well, we want to make sure that we're protecting our brain. And while our skull does protect our brain, the helmet offers an extra protection to our brain. So there are a lot of different helmets out there. You've seen hockey helmets and skiing helmets, etc., snowboarding helmets. Well, you always want to make sure that you have a proper helmet for riding a bike. A couple of things that you want to look for. Well, first of all, you want to make sure that it is safe. It meets the safety standards. And if you look inside a helmet, there is a sticker, and the sticker gives you, there it is right there, it gives you the safety standards. And it says that this helmet is certified. And on my sticker, there's actually a date, a year. And did you know that that year means that's when this helmet was certified? And that you should replace your helmet, well, it's recommended that you replace your bike helmet every 5 years. Also, you should be replacing your helmet if it drops on the ground or if you get into a crash and you notice the foam part has a crack in it. Because once your helmet has a crack in it, it's time for a new one. And you should always buy a new helmet. Never use a used helmet. So what else are we going to look for when we choose a helmet? Well, there's lots of different colors out there, and it's best if you can find a helmet that is bright so that you're seen on the road. There are some helmets with sun visors that will help to protect your forehead a little bit and shade you from the sun. And we also have helmets that have this turn dial at the back to adjust your helmet. So before I can get on my bike, let's make sure that my helmet fits properly. Here we go. Now, did you know that you may need to readjust the straps each time you put your helmet on because they can become loose? You also need to be aware that you should not be wearing a hat underneath your helmet. Some helmets have these extra little pads in here to help it fit snug on your head. So let's put our helmet on and let's see if my helmet fits properly. Just going to fix my ponytail so it's not in the way. Put my helmet on, and always make sure you do up the straps before you ride. And we're going to check Madame Og's helmet. Now I think it's pretty good here, but let's do the test. First of all, it should fit my head. It should feel snug, and if it's not snug enough, I can turn the dial at the back. Oh, I can hear it. It's tightening so that it tightens around my skull. Your helmet is allowed to wiggle about 1 inch each way, but otherwise it should be on nice and firm. Now, do you remember the test for the helmet? Well, let's check our helmet to make sure it fits me. You want to make sure that the top of your helmet is about 2 finger widths from your eyebrows to the top of your helmet. Let's check. Is my helmet level? I don't want it tipping back here. That won't help the front. And I don't want it too forward either. Then I wouldn't be able to see. I want it nice and level on my head, and I can feel when it's right. Oh, and by the way, make sure you put your helmet on the right way. So 2, V, 1. Do you remember that rule? 2 finger widths from my eyebrows to the top of the helmet. Then the straps should make the letter V underneath my ear. And I may need to adjust these little pieces here to tighten the straps. And then under my chin, and often I need to tighten this piece under my chin because often it becomes loose. So I can just tighten it up a little bit. There we go. And 1. And did you know if you yawn, if it feels a little bit tight here when you yawn, you know you've done it right. So once we have our helmet on and it fits you properly, then we can get onto our bike. On the next slide, you're going to see a little fill in the blank activity. Now you can't type on this activity, but you can try and fill in the blanks on your own and in your head. It's like a self-assessment. See if you can pass the helmet test.